Hello everyone, what is up? Hopefully you guys are having an amazing day. Today we're going to be talking about what's happening with XRP in the XRP community. Now in CoinMarketCap, we had a little bit of a dump and then we bounced back up. Today I bought more XRP. I bought more Cardano. The last time I bought Cardano was like a couple years ago, and then I bought more VeChain. I'm stacking more on Cardano and VeChain as well. Huge announcement, the membership button is live. If you guys would like to support the channel, you guys can join, and there are some perks as well. But if we go to the XRP virus, XRP BTC ready for takeoff, XRP USDT ready for takeoff. We could see right here XRP, it's really the same, guys. Look at this, it's all the same. We are very close to this bull run and takeoff to the moon and above. Jana Delson has tweeted out, TikTok, get ready. We are very close. But now, guys, before we jump into news, I like to say I'm not a financial advisor, nor is financial advice, just for entertainment value only. But XRP has tweeted out.
The problem is in the lack of the regulatory certainty. What's happened is you've seen a lot of institutions pop up that actually create more of a risk around the regulatory issue, where you've seen, the crypto exchanges being hacked and, the lost funds. It's because the experts that manage markets that exist today, they can't adopt it because it's just not possible. For those who follow Ripple, you'll see all the time people saying, the banks, they're not using XRP. They can't yet. Many of them have worked with it. They've tested the use of XRP. But until there's regulatory certainty, they can't leverage it today. So that's where we work with other types of institutions within the regulatory framework that don't have the same type of regulatory pressure on their side, that still, again, complies with the KYC, AML type of checks. But they're taking that stepped approach of using, what they can from blockchain aspects in our other products to enable fiat-to-fiat currency payment settlement. So we're big advocates. Every time before we can work with a bank the first time in a country, there has to be that regulatory certainty, that the bank gets the clearance from the central bank, that they can use our software. And the amazing thing is that we've seen some significant developments. One of the announcements we had earlier this year was SAMA, the Saudi Arabian Monetary Authority. They actually brought a group of banks together to create an initiative using Ripple for cross-border payments. So in that case, we're actually seeing an increased adoption from central banks. And one of the amazing things when we talk to different companies and prospects is if you look at our adoption is absolutely east to west across the globe.
Friendly reminder to HODL, Ripple XRP. We have come too far and so close to give up now. Screw the noise and the futsters. Onward. Next week comes from Joker XRP.
To protect the integrity of America's financial system, by far the best in the world, I am instructing my Presidential Working Group on Financial Markets to study the differing practices of Chinese companies listed on the U.S. financial markets with the goal of protecting American investors. Investment firms should not be subjecting their clients to the hidden and undue risks associated with financing Chinese companies that do not play by the same rules to protect the integrity.
There you go, guys. So bye-bye Bitcoin. It's XRP's time. XRP Yo-Yo has tweeted out.
Ledger and streaming payments. So I'm the co-inventor of Interledger. I've been working on it full-time for the past 3 years. So the problem that we want to solve is today, if you tried to go and actually use cryptocurrency for anything, you would have a situation like this. You walk into a grocery store, you say, hey, do you accept Ether? And they would say, what is that? No, sorry. And the fundamental problem is that all of these different payment networks are disconnected. You can't use any type of cryptocurrency today for payments because you need the other person to actually accept that cryptocurrency. Blockchains don't solve the interoperability problem by themselves. Blockchains are individual networks that have the same problems as traditional ones where they're all disconnected. What we need is a system for internetworking payment networks. And so this term internetworking comes from the internet. That's what it's named after. And at its core, the internet is all about routing little packets of data across independent networks. So what we need is a system for routing packets of money across independent payment networks. So what that would enable is me to pay you even if I have some kind of super obscure cryptocurrency and you just want dollars or whatever you want. So what Interledger does is it routes packets of money very similarly to how the internet routes packets of data. I won't get into too much of how that works, but I want to walk through some of the cool things that this lets you do. So when we're applying this analogy with the internet, one of the things we get to is this idea of streaming payments. So if you broke up payments into little tiny chunks and could route these packets super efficiently, what you could end up with is this idea of streaming payments. So one of the things that could look like is, oh, you need to send a bigger payment? Okay, it depends on your payment bandwidth, which is a weird concept that we work with a lot, where that would be measured in dollars per second that you can send, or whatever currency you have. Some of the cool use cases that come out of this, things like streaming media. So today payments are super inefficient and clunky, and so we prefer, things like monthly subscriptions. I pay my $10 a month because I don't want to be bothered by this.
XRP, ILP, all the money. Again, guys, what is XRP going for? All the money. XRP the standard. Next week comes from XRP Girl. If this doesn't set you bullish on XRP, I don't know what does. We're witnessing something big in front of our eyes. XRP community, this is just the beginning. This is from Bit for Coins. Let's go. Today we are starting payments for people using WhatsApp in Brazil. XRP the standard. Look at that. Look at Mark Zuckerberg. You guys can pause and read all of that. Ripple's XRP payments product set for imminent launch in Brazil. Connecting. Once again from XRP Yo-Yo.
But let me first address a different dimension of technological change, innovation in financial services. What we call fintech offers the potential to significantly increase efficiency and transparency in the financial sector. It poses challenges for established players and regulators who are trying to deal with sources of risk. There are some very real downsides to financial services technological change, including threats from cyber attacks and cyber criminals. Yet I think we're on the cusp of a substantial transformation that could bring enormous benefits. By fostering competition, we can help reorient the financial services industry closer to, we can reorient the financial services industry to better serve the real economy and to foster job creation. Look at fintech's capacity to end financial exclusion for the 1.7 billion people in developing countries who have no access to banking. Much has been said already about the impact of fintech on mobile banking in Africa, a continent that needs to create 20 million jobs a year in decades to come just to deal with its population growth. That's why, together with the World Bank, we developed the Bali FinTech Agenda, which was a framework to help our members take advantage of innovation, but also cope with the new risks that come with that. One aspect of relevance today is the nascent development of central bank digital currencies and the possible emergence of privately backed stablecoins for digital payments. This was highlighted in the recent attention that's been drawn to Facebook's and others' proposals for what they call the Libra coin. These new instruments aim to do for transactions what the internet has done for information, which is to make transactions instantaneous, secure, and nearly free. Yesterday, we published a new paper that highlights the benefits, risks, and regulatory issues that are likely to.
Boom! The future of Bretton Woods system, IMF gold standard, the dollar game is over. New, fast, secure, cheap payments. There's part 1. You guys can check out part 2 and part 3. I'll leave all the links down in the description below so you guys can investigate further. But now, guys, we're into the fun part of XRP and the XRP community. Now, this is quite interesting. Crypto Mike has tweeted, the decade of 2020 will be known as the Great Reset. This decade, guys. A lot of things should be happening, such as the reset. This comes from XRP Hodl. Latest Mr. Pool post, he immediately deleted as usual, red. So what do you guys think about this? Lots of red. Belushi has tweeted out, everybody stumbles across a golden opportunity at least once in a lifetime. XRP is your golden opportunity. Don't miss this life-changing opportunity. Invest in the golden bridge. One bridge to connect them all. Again, guys, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Northing has tweeted out, widespread outage. Verizon, T-Mobile, Sprint, and AT&T all down in parts of the US. What would that mean? If we go to the next tweet from Cashflow Nexus, get ready for XRP. I've been hearing a lot of people saying that their phone service is down. So guys, it could be happening sooner than later. Next tweet comes from Darth Raven. XRP, what if I told you XRP won't be backed up by gold? What if I told you XRP will back up gold instead? XRP community. What if I told you the USD will be backed by gold and XRP will move that value worldwide? XRP 2020 has tweeted out, XRP is getting warmed up. Really does feel we're in the cusp of this moonshot, guys. Cryptomaniac has tweeted out, we explode. Again, there's a lot of people tweeting out they're very near and very bullish. LARPShop589 has tweeted out, how can this be? Look at this, guys. Do you guys remember this picture? If we go down here from Reborn, Bearable Guy 123, it looks about the same or similar. The final tip for today's video comes from Baba Cugs. Just watching the show. Task Force calls for future stimulus checks to get a tech upgrade. It's all right in front of us, guys. It is all right in front of our eyes. But anyways, guys, hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video. If you guys did, please leave a like, subscribe if you guys haven't already. And if you guys would like to support the channel, there's a join button beside the subscribe button. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully you guys are having an amazing day. And you guys, see ya.
This is the beginning of the greatest economic cycle this country has had since World War II. And I knew the things that Donald would do. And he hasn't even got started. But this is the eye of the motherfucking storm, the perfect storm. It ain't never going to get any better. Never. This is perfect for the QLA model. If I could have written a prescription or a formula, I couldn't have written it any better. Low interest rates, money's free, you stupid. Massive chaos. And Donald's going to rip the mother economy apart. And he's going to for practice in a good way. This is it. It ain't never going to get anything better. This is like a multiple orgasm the rest of your life, you fucking slags that are in the audience. This is it.
Sometimes I don't want to hear what Dan has to tell me. But as I wrote in one of my blogs, the old man, he's always right. Because he's telling you what you don't want to hear about yourself, but what you know is true. And that is, you're not stepping yourself up. You're not stepping your game up. And you get caught up in fear. As Dan says, false expectations appear in reality.